Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. Please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. Welcome in, Collective. It's nice to be here with you. In this reading, I would like to do a Divine Feminine spread. And yeah, so we'll just jump right in. Thank you, Spirit, for using me as a channel to bring through these messages for the highest good of the collective. All right, what's going on, feminine? What's going on with you feminines in the collective? Let us see here. These I have not shuffled yet, so I think I'll have to give them a good shuffle. Well, my channel's been up for, I don't know, a month, I guess, about. And I'm having so much fun creating videos. I'm finally think I'm figuring my mic out. I just realized it only is working in my iPhone. So if you're looking back at some of the videos, you may notice that the sound is not very good. So I apologize for that. I thought it was working with my iPad, but I think maybe it hasn't been working consistently, and now it's not working at all. So that's that. And I am figuring out, how I want to build the channel. So I'm thinking about a few different things. So just stay tuned. Maybe if you're liking the content here, just check back. You can look in the description boxes. I haven't started putting very much information in the description box yet. I have a couple of other projects that I'm considering sharing with you guys, but they're sort of in a gestation period. Like it's not totally developed yet. I do have one website though that's up. It's also part of Masterpiece, and it's actually a blog. So I might put that information there soon. I don't think I'm ready to do it like today, but maybe in the next week or two I'll do that and just link it. Alrighty, Spirit, talk to us about Divine Feminine. What's going on with Divine Feminine? We got our first card, a Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is somebody holding on to what they've got. There's a sense of stability here. Yeah, and this crossing card is the Three of Cups. So this is a card of celebration. There could be something in the social environment that's posing a challenge to our feminine here. There could be partnerships too. Threes can be about partnerships, community. Yeah. All right. Well, our feminine does have a sense of victory here. There's a sense that whatever you're working on, if this is resonating for you, feminine, there's a sense that whatever you're working on, whatever you've been going through, that you are being seen and celebrated for your achievement, for your success here. Very nice. Very nice. And we have the High Priestess here. Yeah, nice card. But that's in the unconscious position. So this is something that you are not seeing about yourself, feminine. Or that you're not seeing clearly. I see the initials B and J on this card. The High Priestess is all about intuition. It's very much the feminine aspect of, like the magician manifests, and the High Priestess does similar. She works with the same kind of energies, but through her intuition and her receptivity, receiving downloads. So it could be that you may not realize, feminine, how strong your intuition is. This may be something that's just starting to come online for you. You may be tapping more deeply into this aspect of self at this time. Okay, it might just kind of be little hints of this skill that you have, this ability that are, pushing through the surface here to your conscious awareness. We have death here in the past. Okay, this is a card of completion. These are endings. It's also about release. This is in the recent past. Then we have justice in the near future. This is about fairness. This is about truth. This is about balance. This can be justice that you would, receive in a court of law. It could be, karmic justice, something that the universe or the divine orchestrates here to balance the scales. We'll just have to see what that's about. All right, let's get this little guy over here. Gotta make room. Okay. Now, how are you seeing yourself right now, feminine? You guys, not all the messages will resonate, obviously, so just take what does, leave the rest. Well, you've made a choice, it seems. At least that's how you're seeing yourself at this time. You've chosen something here, and you are working on making some plans, it looks like. You're making plans, looking to the future to build. Others, energy that's around that might be influencing you at this time is the Emperor. Big energy, big boss energy. This is somebody who's powerful. Okay, they hold the reins of power. They oversee a lot of different things. They're abundant. They're wealthy. There's also a sense sometimes that they can be strong leaders. There might be somebody here looking in on your life here, feminine. This could be influencing you in some way, maybe unconsciously. You might intuitively sense with the High Priestess that there's something or someone in your energy, but it's vague at this point, right? It's very vague. I do see this is kind of powerful. We've got 3 majors in these positions. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hopes and fears. What do we got? We have an 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of mastering your craft, working diligently away, being very consistent with your work, making steady progress, starting to see some results. I think this is a hope. And the Magician is our final outcome card. Wow, we have the High Priestess and the Magician. Those are kind of like counterparts. Those, my friends, are counterparts. Numbers 1 and 2 of the major arcana. I just have to point this out. All right. Yeah. So, feminine, we're going to have to clarify. This looks like quite a journey here. We'll have to dig in and see what's going on in this energy. It's not jumping right out at me at the moment here. So let's see what we can figure out. Let's see what we can figure out here. Okay. All right. Talk to us about this 4 of Pentacles. Tell us a little bit more about the 4 of Pentacles here, Spirit. We have Tower. We have a Three of Wands and a Seven of Pentacles. The reason that you may be hanging on to your pentacles the way you are, you're feeling maybe a little insecure, like you need to really hold on tight to what you have. It's stable, but there's this real holding on in that face, you can see. The reason may have to do with a sudden collapse. You might be starting over. You know, you may be looking to expand. Sometimes after a collapse, we are like at ground zero, and we kind of have to start over. So you may be waiting for your ships to come in. We do see that you're nurturing what it is that you're building at this time. Tell us about this Three of Cups here, Spirit. Three of Cups here in this crossing energy, this community. How is this creating tension for our Divine Feminine? Ten of Wands, a Five of Cups, and a Five of Swords. Wow, there's something going on in the community here that's difficult. I don't know what it is, but we've got two fives, and you know, fives are about loss, they're about instability, setbacks, this kind of thing. The Ten of Wands, this is a heavy burden. The good thing here, though, is that the Ten of Wands, this is a completion. So we have a 10 and we have two fives. So 10-10 could be significant. This is a completion here. Something is being laid to rest to do with this community. It looks to me like there might have been some gossip in the community, might have been some adversity. Okay, there could have been bullying. I don't know, I'm getting it. Okay, because spilt over cups, this is like what once held love is now spilt. You know, maybe you had respect or goodwill towards people until you felt like you got burned or something like this. Okay, if they were gossiping or stabbing in your back, saying unkind things, spreading false rumor, spreading lies, all this kind of crap that happens when somebody is scapegoated. So I'm seeing that you might have been scapegoated, and this might have been part of the loss. All right, this tower that came down, and the reason why you're having to rebuild. All right, this could be going on for some time. I don't know. We'll have to see. But you're victorious, and this is awesome. You have a sense that you've overcome this challenge. Whatever has happened here to do with your resources, stuff in the material realm, whatever happened in this community, you have successfully overcome it, and you are rebuilding. And not only that, but you're doing a great job of it, Feminine. You're being seen, you're being celebrated, you're victorious here in some way. And there we have it again, a Ten of Swords. There's that Emperor again. And the Hierophant. Yeah, so you know what I'm seeing here? Check it out, you guys. Here's you over here. And look at the Emperor and the Hierophant. Both. The swords are between you. Okay? You may have been somebody who, was not being seen correctly by these higher ups. That there was some injustice, because I'm seeing a justice card here in the future for you. There is a sense that it's difficult to see through these swords. This is like a fence, a wall, a blockade. But the truth is, you're having victory over here. It could also be that the Emperor and the Hierophant might have had something to do with the Ten of Swords. You know, it's hard to say. It's difficult to know, and it doesn't matter. But what I am seeing, though, is that you are being seen by these people in positions of power. You are. And I think that there's respect. I think they know what you've been through. And I think they see how strong and resilient you are, that you've made it through this battle, this really difficult time. They might be the ones that are going to help bring justice here in the future, but we'll have to see. Talk to us about this High Priestess in the unconscious position. What is going on here? High Priestess in the unconscious. A Page of Swords, a Two of Swords, and a Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is something that you are defending, okay? Your intuition has been trying to guide you in a certain direction, and you know this. You have sensed for a long time that you need to defend yourself, that there is maybe some kind of an injustice, that you're going to fight for what's right, despite the fact that you maybe feel like a Page of Swords, like maybe you feel like somebody whose words were not valued, that what you said didn't matter, that it wasn't important. And I'm saying that because I see a page. So a page is studying this element, okay, the air element, to do with the mental and the speech and the thoughts and the ideas. This might be how you feel inside of yourself. And it could have to do with how you've been treated in the community. You know, you may be building confidence at this time. Yeah, whatever was happening in the community had you with your swords up like this, feeling, you know, constricted in some way, defensive, so that, you know, there's a sense that your throat chakra energy, right, the way you communicate, your speech, maybe even your ideas and your intuitive abilities have been dampened for a long time. And so when that happens, like, this can also be thought of as the shadow position down here. When we are told, or when we receive messages over time from a community that we are such, you know, a certain way that's negative, okay, whether it's right or wrong, it can cause us to push our gifts, suppress our gifts. We don't believe in ourselves. All this stuff gets repressed or suppressed and pushed down into the shadow. So it's down here where we have to go to reclaim these parts of ourselves. And I see that the High Priestess is a big, big part of yourself that you may have been repressing due to the treatment that you received, okay? It could just be societal conditioning as well, you know. Okay. All right, let's look at death. Tell us about this ending. What is it that we're needing to release here? What's our divine feminine here dealing with? The Fool. A Page of Wands, another page, and the Lovers. Okay. Again, what I'm getting here is this youthful energy. This could be that you are in a phase of life where you are leveling up. You're going from some kind of a younger energy, and I'm not talking about teenager. You could even be in your 20s or 30s. It doesn't really matter. Age really doesn't matter. But the point is, there's something innocent in all of this energy here. The Fool is taking a leap of faith into the unknown. The world is full of possibilities, right? Page is a student. This is somebody who's learning about fire, learning about their ambitions, learning about their creative gifts, learning about, passion for the first time maybe, or studying it more. And the Lovers, these are people, they're sort of like in the Garden of Eden here. There's a sense of innocence here, right? I mean, they haven't picked the apple yet. So there might be, like, this could be like the end of innocence in a way. You are learning some things, you're becoming more wise. Definitely reflects here with the Hierophant and the Emperor, and again the Emperor here and the Justice. This is a lot of authority that you seem to be moving toward, and that's in your energy right now. Okay, it looks like you're reclaiming your your inner high priestess. All right, and Justice. Let's clarify, Spirit. Oh, we have a Ten of Cups. Nice. A King of Wands and a Queen of Swords. Okay. Divine Feminine, you could be this Queen of Swords. You could be an air sign feminine. You could be moving toward a fire sign masculine. This might be part of your justice. This kind of karmic justice, universal justice, something that the divine brings, okay? Because I'm seeing a Ten of Cups. It's not something monetary. This is the gift of love, connection, family, between a king and a queen. So that's coming up here in the near future for you. It doesn't have to be those signs, but it could just indicate that, as you put this cycle behind you, you might be the black sheep of the family. You might be somebody a little different. You might be an outsider, like you might look a little different or have a different background than most of the other people in the community. Okay, clarify this. Two of Wands. We have the Moon, King of Cups, and a Nine of Cups. A lot of water here. Water, water, water. And here we see that he's looking out over the water and he's making plans. This is how you're seeing yourself